You're not scary enough.
What are you doing here? I really liked it.
I'm from England.
Oh, cool.
The major difference between this and other talks that I've been to is the true ability to learn. The hustle and hustle and hustle. Columbus, Ohio, you're beautiful. All right, I'm here with Stevie.
She's in New York. What are you doing here?
Got to Be Good tour presented by GiveGet Win.
Okay.
The organizer, Sebastian Marshall.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
And he's demanding. There's just something about him makes you want to step up because he is all about outcomes. I didn't sleep last night because, well, you've got the world's highest bed.
Yeah.
Jet lag.
Yeah.
But also I've just got this, I'm nervous. I'm really genuinely nervous about tomorrow.
I find it really fascinating that you're still nervous. Because after all these many years of working and having the career that you have, to be able to come into this new situation and be intimidated by these people, I think it's really fascinating. This is your mantra.
What?
Does it even matter?
Does it even matter? God, it's just so noisy.
We're basically following it.
Is it always this noisy in this town?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Beep. That's the public theatre where Hamilton was premiered. The thing about this town, Stevie, is it's Halloween, it's Saturday night, but I can't tell who's in Halloween outfit and who actually dresses like they do normally because we're in New York. I mean, everyone looks like they're kind of in Halloween costumes. You're not scary enough. That's the scariest monster I've ever seen. Here we are at the first stop of the tour, NYU. Look at Kai, he's just ice. The guy is so cool, collected. Look at him. And then there's Greg.
Kai last broke his split in 1941.
This is something I've been meaning to say lately. That a lot of times people meet me and they're like, you know, you got a PhD and you have an MBA and you swim across the Hudson River and all these things, right? And they often ask me like, how do you do all these things? And I finally found the answer. Like, if you want to go to North Korea, I've been a couple times. Here's how you do it. Go to North Korea. If you want to do these things, here's how you do them.
If you want to swim
do them. It's that easy.
What brings you here?
I read the book The End of Jobs by Taylor Pearson, and I was on his email list. It seemed like a good opportunity.
Oh, so what brings you here?
I follow Sebastian's blog.
I've only just met Sebastian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yesterday. It was the first time, and he blew me away. I'm still slightly trembling from the experience. Really, honestly, I just feel a bit shell-shocked. Yeah, he's amazing. He really is amazing.
You got philosophy, you got strategy, you got tactics. The operational level coordinates the tactics over time.
And I managed to get through my speech too. Man, I'm very handsy. The sessions always end with a highly practical Q&A.
The event was great. They gave us a lot of tips and advice, and it's very action-packed. And I like how the Q&A was personalized.
The fact that everyone came from a really different field and that they were able to give advice in a really specific but non-specific way at the same time. I think that was really valuable.
The next day I took the time to decompress, reflect on how well the first round of speeches had gone, tell my friends back home all about it, and admire some of the wars here in New York City. And in the morning, too early, it was time to ship out. How are you feeling this morning?
going to Georgetown. I'm jazzed.
Yeah, our next stop, Washington, D.C. and Georgetown University. Taylor spends the journey writing as always. Sebastian is giving Jessie some advice. And I'm looking out the window. This is a dog's life. Look at that. That is called chilling out. This is the wonderful house in Arlington where we're being put up by Sebastian's friend and super gracious host Christian. Christian asked me, am I okay staying in a basement? And I replied, why wouldn't I be okay with a basement? He said, some people are just funny about them, which got me feeling a little bit creeped out. Here it is. I'll let you know how I sleep. All right, here we are at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. What a beautiful campus this is. A bunch of us are giving a speech. Yeah, my topic's how to get over yourself and deliver creative art. Oh. And then we have another topic, which is the accidental career, how to get lucky. Not in that way, not in that way. I'm from England.
Oh, cool. It's a beautiful university and it has the best school of international relations in the country and in the world.
When people say, what do you want to do with your life? I totally reject that statement.
You should be buying at least 2 to 3 cups of coffee a week.
Well, I have some partners that I worked with more than 15 years ago, and I still call upon them today. Know what it is that is going to make you tick, that's going to make you successful, and then test all of the skills that you bring to the table.
My first question for you is, how many people out there have a 5-year plan? It doesn't matter if it's for your career, for your family.
And I was able to get in a leadership position.
Always carried through to completion. Sounds simple, but very powerful. What's really going on?
Filling in that uncertain blank of, oh gosh, how do I start?
So for example, it could be, make just a 2-minute movie.
There are a bunch of really incredible, awesome people here, and I was really impressed.
I really like the format. 20 or 10-minute speech of each speaker. I think that's really great to grab your attention.
There were definitely some interesting insights shared from a lot of the speakers. I'm here to hear Taylor Pearson talk. I read Taylor Pearson's book, The End of Jobs, and I was very inspired about his message of entrepreneurship and thinking about the future economy.
This event today was absolutely fantastic. It was so different from any other professional talk that I've ever given. Because even though we were all talking roughly about the same topic, how to succeed and provide innovation in your career, everyone came from such different backgrounds. And so it was amazing how much I learned more than I spoke. It was great.
Here I have
look at your
the world's biggest dog that I've been staying with. And I just found out her nickname's the Crotch Diver. Da, da, da. Sasha, you're the size of me. And I tell you, at night, you're impeccably behaved. In the car with Shanti, my old friend from Hong Kong.
We are in downtown DC, right by the World Bank here.
I just finished speaking in Georgetown yesterday. And amazing speakers, really, really good. Every speaker's name began with S, which was really weird. Well, most of the speakers from Washington. The best speeches finish early.
I agree.
Melissa, Shanti, we're about to have a coffee. Just hanging out another day in DC, basically.
That's right.
I'm checking out the remnants of Halloween along the beautiful streets. A quick dinner before it's time to pack up and head to our next destination. Bye, DC. Been fun. Where are we now?
I don't know. Where are we? What country are we in?
It's Thursday. We must be in Columbus, Ohio.
Ohio.
First thing I do in Columbus, Ohio, get on a Segway to check out the city. Yeah, it's much easier to ride than I'd expected. This city is stunning. Pretty parks all along the river.
This USA here now. Angelia from China. Yasser from Iraq. And now
we're in the US of A.
We're in the US. Look.
It just shows you.
Chinese and Iraqi.
In one Uber.
Yeah.
Presenting the kitchen. Huge. A very large sofa. And then we go upstairs. Lovely bathroom. This is where Sebastian's staying. I've got Liberace's sofa. There's a bit of a flaw here because the door doesn't actually open. This is the outside of our perfect Airbnb here in Columbus, Ohio. Down the most beautiful suburban street. I'm a bit confused because I think the clocks went forward or back last night. So the usual pattern is that, well, the boys, they just seem to work all the time. So Taylor will ensconce himself into a coffee shop for about 8 hours at a time and just be working. And Sebastian's always on the move, like either working or he's got some networking event. You know, he's got a lot of coordination to set up for this tour. But right now, all I can think about is breakfast.
No, but that's the basics of it, right? So I would literally just go through here.
So Sebastian comes down the stairs this morning, as usual, all boundless energy and action orientated. He says to me, what are you up to this morning? What are your outcome goals? And he's like, well, do you have a personal website yet? And I'm like, no, I'm kind of shy about putting myself out there. But I mean, in reality, I am out there, just not sure about the whole thing. And he goes, just do it. You got to get over yourself. You got to get over these confidence issues you have. You just got to do it. You can always unpublish. You can always undo things very, very quickly. He introduced me to this website here, this one here called Strikingly. Can you see that? Look at this. I'm going to press publish. That was 45 minutes of work. Oh, this is Buckeye.
Yeah, this head.
This is the
like the Buckeye nut head. Yeah. So we call this Brutus Buckeye. When we shout OH, someone has to answer IO. OH!
IO! You drove 3 hours to come and listen to Sebastian Marshall.
I came 3 hours for GiveGet Win, but I also wanted to see Sebastian Marshall. Sebastian is probably one of the 2 to 3 best living bloggers that I follow.
Really gave me a lot of ideas and ways to do things, and I have more courage after this event.
I really liked it. There are some really good, insightful topics and a lot of relatable examples. Imagine all the things you've wanted to do in your life and think of all the reasons you haven't gotten there yet. These people will help you get some perspective and break it down into bite-sized bits that make it attainable.
I took so many notes during the session. I actually have like at least 30 pages worth of notes. So there was a lot of really good pointers in every speaker. It was really great.
This is really weird for me because I'm reading Taylor Pearson's book, The End of Jobs. In fact, I'm listening to the audio book of Taylor Pearson's book, The End of Jobs. And I'm listening to him, and then I come downstairs, and Taylor Pearson in real life. The message of your book, as I'm getting, is we're totally screwed. But don't worry, because I'm here to fix it for you.
There's a happy ending, yes. The notion most people have of what a job is it's someone pays you to do a disagreeable task. And it's usually something that's routine, and it's usually something that's not creative. And if you look at some of the data, the only sector of work that's been growing since 1983 is creative, non-routine work.
You're all going to get fired. Companies are downsizing. It's going to be like the Uber of jobs. So get yourself sorted.
The Uber of jobs, I should have used that title, that's good. The phrase I always like is spin like a pessimist, create like an optimist. So I think spinning like a pessimist is a good life skill. And that often helps with the what if you need to earn the money question. You can almost always reduce expenses. Beyond a certain point, you definitely can't, but you very often can.
Taylor Pearson.
Thank you very much for having me.
These boys are just always working, no matter where we are. Every airport lounge, every minute. They're always on their laptops. You are the funniest announcer ever, and that's you announcing.
That's because I can laugh at myself.
Your brain is on vacation?
It is.
Yeah, my brain's been on vacation the last 3 years, I think. Good to see you again. Good morning, Chicago. Behind me is this place called the Discount Mega Mall, and they're going to demolish it, but before they do, they've given it over to some fantastic street artists. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, down this really pretty road of traditional townhouses should be the Airbnb that we've got in Chicago for the night. This is my room. This is Taylor's room. Since we're in Chicago, I thought I'd try the famous deep dish pizza. Looks more like a pie than a pizza. Ooh, look how stringy it is. This is supposed to be small, but can feed a family of 5. It's very tasty, but very salty. A momentous evening, potentially. Here we are watching the election unfold. Right, hitting the road. Where are we going?
Northwestern, we're having a little salon for some local leaders. They can get the benefit of learning a little bit from the best being behind the camera, so give me a thumbs up. I like that.
Scared. Scared.
Crisp and sunny day in Chicago. Hello, sir. What's your name?
Andrei.
You from Chicago?
Originally?
Yeah.
Originally from Ukraine.
Oh, it's my last full day.
Last full day.
I've loved it. This is Kai Zhao. You're quite a brilliant thinker.
I paid her to say that.
I didn't know what to expect when I first joined the tour. I knew that no matter what, I'd get better at public speaking and giving a speech. But I think the other things I've really enjoyed about the whole process is the being on the road, hanging out with you guys, moments in the airport, just learning and sharing, seeing you guys work, how you think, how you organize your lives.
I like to give the analogy of it's like sailing a ship like across the Atlantic Ocean in the old-fashioned days. It was very hard to land in one particular place, but if you know you want to travel west, then you can have some confidence that as long as you're traveling west, something will. So that's how I take my long-term planning. I think there's a lot of different ways to cut things up and to focus.
It's been a pleasure, Kai.
Absolutely.
It's been a real
Likewise.
pleasure.
Likewise.
So here I am at Northwestern University, about to go on stage in about 10 minutes. And this is the last leg of my tour. I'm feeling really sad. This is my last speech. I'm not feeling nervous at all, which is really unusual. Maybe I've finally conquered my fear of public speaking. My name's Angela Chung and I'm from Hong Kong.
So if you are really scared to do something that takes 20 or 30 minutes, you will estimate it takes 3 to 5 hours.
How many get like a really solid 10-year life plan? Like you know exactly where you want to be, who you want to be hanging out with, exactly what you're going to be doing.
That phrase is runny work. Recurring, urgent, not important.
This talk is going to be about what to do if you ever have a bad job.
Try to find people that will critique you, every step of the way.
Behavior design is just a fancy word for designing your life to do the things that you want to do.
You can actually think of lots of different cues that you take in subtly.
You can branch out
of your own social circles and meet new people that are different from you.
I would recommend this event to a friend, actually. I think that it's very useful. A lot of stuff that they say does help.
I was able to hear a lot of different insights and techniques and paths that you can choose to follow to achieve your own personal goals.
I really liked it. It was very interesting. A lot of different backgrounds and things to learn.
What was your favorite point from her talk?
My favorite point from Angela's talk was the first point where you should put your thoughts and creativity within constraints.
And how would you describe Angela to your best friend?
To my best friend, really friendly and kind, and I love her accent.
And how would you describe Angela to your best friend?
I already did describe Angela as my best friend. I described her as this awesome, super happy person with such creative outlooks to the world that really inspires you to, I guess, find the project that you want to work at and just do it.
Let's just, I guess we gotta do it here, right? All right, go ahead.
Yep.
Just tell me when you're going.
Going.
So you're good?
Yep.
What, are you good or not?
Yep, we're good.
Okay, you're
still good.
Touching buttons.
We're still good.
Okay. Hello, I'm Sebastian Marshall. I want to say that Angela Chung is incredible on many different levels. I've worked with dozens, maybe hundreds of people across basically all of the top universities in the United States, as well as some of the top places in Canada, Mexico, Latin America, China, England, and a number of other places. And you know, of all of the people that I've worked with, it's so rare to find somebody that has intense, amazing creative skills. She's got a wonderful aesthetic sense. She's got a wonderful ability to rapidly mix videos and editing on the fly and frame shots and all of those technical and artistic skills, but she's also a total team player, has massive humility, is a wonderful speaker, is really just a pleasure to journey with, to travel with, to speak with, great to work with, and just amazing all the way around. So I really can't recommend her highly enough, whether that be for her artistic and technical skills or to slot in to any elite team trying to do big things in the world. Angela Chung, total winner, highly recommended.